All right, man, let's get into it, man. Let's close this one in today, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping in, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance of notifications. Go live and drop video. Listen to this episode in the morning on Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Spotify, and a host of others. Right. So, or you can listen to it on YouTube. All right. So, either or, appreciate y'all for supporting me on all platforms. So apparently Terence Crawford spoke last night. I took my ass to bed. Um, but he spoke, and while I listened to it this morning, while I was getting ready to start my day. So heard everything he said. They got it in writing. You know, people twisting up his words. You know, Errol Spence Jr. People gonna do damage control, and Bud got this. Bloodline, this, that, and the third. Like I said before, they said, well, it's not, you're not doing business in good faith and all this type of stuff. So my whole thing about it is like, bro, y'all sit there, slander the man, and he not supposed to defend himself. And I'm pretty sure it's a lot of worse things he could have said, and not being belligerent or nothing like that. But I believe there's a lot of worse things he could have said about the situation that he didn't even say. That's my thing about it. People love to provoke somebody, but doing as soon as they, as soon as they get what they looking for, then they want to be victims, and that's Errol Spence fans. Now you got real Errol Spence fans, you got Errol sexuals. Every Errol Spence fan is not an Errol sexual. Um let me specify that right now. Every Errol Spence fan is not an Errol sexual. You got real Errol Spence fans. I mean, I don't really have to really get into the he can do no wrong. He perfect, right? We're gonna ignore the facts. That's the Errol sexual in a nutshell. We're gonna ignore all the facts. We're gonna ride with him regardless, no matter what he do. He can slap my baby mama. He can drag 10 kids into the deep end of the pool and lead them to drown. We still gonna ride with him. Like I said before, that, in my opinion, is only set for your mama, your kids, your wife, your brother, whoever it may be. That's only for them. You know what I'm saying? That's only for a nigga that's y'all been hanging for years. Y'all been, I came from the sandbox together, bare minimum. No, nigga ain't never met the nigga, don't know what the nigga integrity like, don't know what he stand for. You know what I'm saying? I put it to you this way: you don't know the nigga social security number, y'all ain't living together, man. 9 times out of 10, that you doing too much, right? But at the end of the day, I'm not here to talk about Errol sexuals or Errol Spence fans, right? Excuse me, I'm multitasking, but come with the territory. So I'm not here to talk, kind of, per se. The man said what he said. He said he went out there and found the investors, who had the money. They came to him. So he went out there and found the investors, and then Errol Haymon said, well, I don't want to put no cap on the money for one. All right, so you say you don't. All right, niggas say, man, he ain't got the money, bro, right? And you be like, well, shit, man, I got a way you get the money. My brother-in-law, my brother, my boy, he hiring some people. You can work. I'll set it up where you can work with him. You pay me when you get it. I'll do the job. I fix the hole in the wall, or I build that back deck for y'all. So you need some extra money. He'll let you work the hours you need to work. We work it out. You get paid. You pay me, and I'll do the job. Right? And I do the job. You know what I'm saying? That's, cool. That's what he did. Oh, y'all ain't got the money? All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Let me go see if I can go find the money. Well, shit, I found $50 million. That's what we was asking for, right? That's reported. Earl Smith, what about back end money? He said, what about the back end money? What about the back? What the fuck you mean? You asked for 25, go 25. They make their money back. We get 80-20. We get 80-20, they make their money back, bro. Come on, ain't nobody paying $1 million. Anybody paying $1 million for pay-per-view, paying pay-per-views no more, thanks to Floyd and Pacquiao. And also, well, why you want to put a cap? Nigga, it ain't about putting a cap on Earl and Terence. It's about him. It's about him. It's about him not being able to take the money off the top from the fighters and get them what they want. That's why he don't want to do no transparency, bro. It was never about it was never about it was never about the money, bro. They didn't want to fight. If people coming up to him and investors coming up to him saying, well, one of them saying, we know Al Haymon. We know Al Haymon. We want to fight. We want to make the fight. My first thing would be like, man, why y'all ain't going to Al Haymon? That was probably what I would say. Why y'all ain't going to Al? You know, and they probably gonna tell you some shit like, well, you know, Al ain't honest with the money, or you know, this, that, and the third. We just want Errol Spence. We don't want you to get Errol Spence. Tell him we got the offer. See if we take the offer. We gonna run the event and try to cut Al out. We'll pay Al a flat fee for Errol Spence services so we can get it popping. That's probably what the conversation kind of probably went like. You know, and he's like, well, I got 25, went straight to Errol. You know, Errol ain't no his own boss. He got to talk about some other shit. Went to Al. Al said, why we want to put a cap? Nigga, a cap? You not, he said, you not guaranteeing me a purse. So I went out there and found the guarantee for both of us. Now it's a cap. It's about Al Haymon not being able to take the money off top. Let's just think about it for a minute. Thumbs up the video. Think about it for a minute. It's about Al Haymon not being able to be in control and take the money off top from the fighters. He said, what did he say? Well, we give you, you know, $50 million for the fight. You think he's gonna pay Errol and Spence Errol and Terence 25? Nigga, he gonna be like, well, we go 15 to Spence, he go 10 to 5 to Terence Crawford. He taking the money off the top. Nigga, it sounds like from everything you hear about him, it sounds like he's a fucking crook. That's what it sounds like. Not saying it's true. Not saying it's true. But what it sounds like to me is he a crook. And they all crooked. And, you know, they sit there and say, well, you hear Bob Arum say, well, I don't know these people that's throwing money around. They scared because each fighter on their own, you don't need Bob Arum no more. You don't need Al Haymon no more. Just as, you know, NBA Youngboy don't need fucking BET 106 a Park or TRL, whatever they doing right now, BET Jams and nothing like that. You plug right into the internet. You don't need, you know, Terence Crawford went and found $50 million or $50 million came and found him. You don't need promoters no more. They're not promoting no more. You don't need them no more. You don't need promoters no more. So think about that for a minute. You don't need Al Haymon no more. They ain't doing nothing but taking money off the top and giving y'all what y'all think that shit. Somebody commented, Will Espinoza said the fighters get 90% of the money. Are you stupid enough to believe that? Are you stupid enough to believe that they get 90%? That's why because he won. The reason they ain't do the deal, the reason they ain't hit Al up is because they knew Al wasn't working in good faith. Two, the second reason they didn't hit Al up and they hit Bud up because they wanted the message to get right to Errol Spence. They probably said, we pay Al this to borrow Errol Spence services. And Al said, why would you want to put a cap on your money? For one, you're not guaranteeing me a purse. People going around with a number that's not guaranteed. I already had the discussion. People going around with a number that's not guaranteed. Number that people say, well, 15, he was guaranteed, was never a guarantee of $15 million. That's what he could bring home. But you got to understand, two, is one, it's not guaranteed. Two, I have never done business with these people before. Three, your own people are warning me about your bad business practices. All right? They can't say nothing, but Floyd Schofield daddy can say something because they never signed with Al Haymon. You got niggas over there doing Instacart. Thomas Delorme was with Top Rank. You never seen Thomas Delorme sweep up a goddamn Coke can into a fucking dustpan and put it into the trash. He driving Uber as soon as he signed with Mayweather and Al Haymon. Nigga driving Uber, literally. Come on. Niggas over there doing Instacart. And I'll be a greasy nigga to start naming niggas' names like Gary Russell, but I'll be real greasy. You really tell the niggas that's talking about, well, I made this investment and I'm making this amount of money and they driving Lyft and Uber. And nigga, you talking about investments and shit, but you driving Lyft and Uber. Like, come on, brother. Come on. We know. We know. We know. The streets be talking, brother. My nigga be talking all that good investment shit. Nigga, I got Airbnb, I got skyscraper shit, man. Nigga begging for money. So they provoke this man, and he tell y'all the majority. I would say the majority of what's going on. What happened if you keep playing with a dog? You keep throwing, playing with a fucking lion, running around with a lamb shank on your ass, or with a whole bunch of food on. What you think a lion gonna do? Come on. You provoke somebody. What you think they're eventually gonna do? You're gonna get a reaction. That's nature. You're gonna get a reaction. The man go out there and find the money, find the investors. Well, I want to put a cap. That nigga not in control. And he can't take the money off top because y'all know exactly what y'all getting. You get the numbers. He say, well, you control the event. We put the money, get the numbers, and Terence look at $8 million. Errol get the money. He should say 15 million. They told us 25. The nigga start carrying the one and putting the linear equations up on the board and shit that average niggas don't understand and all that. Niggas a crook, bro. That's what everything it sound like. Man, think about how he moved, bro. You understand niggas that rob niggas and do dirt? Like, you ever notice how they really, really move? You ever watch Omar from The Wire? That's real shit. How nigga move through bandos, how he gotta kind of move, looking over his shoulder and shit like that. Yeah, think about Al Haymon, bro. It's a whole interview Luis Arias Cuba did on the Boxing Voice and said when he met Al Haymon, he came to the Mayweather gym, he brought all the guys in their suits and shit. But he said before he came in, they covered the windows up, they covered all the doors and shit up. Like, who moved like that? A nigga that's greasy move like that. That's beyond protecting your privacy, protecting your peace. That's like, nigga, like somebody got some cheese on your head that you don't want to be found. That's how he moving. I mean, I didn't make the story up. Go to Luis Arias' interview. I heard it with my own ears. If it's still up, I ain't gonna leave it out. You say he bought the brother suit. Suits ain't cheap neither. They say he came to the gym, covered all the windows. They had niggas cover all the windows up. He had the shades. Nigga, who moved like that? Who moved like that, bro? The reason he didn't want to do that deal, two reasons. He ain't in control, and the fighters knew exactly what they was getting. And then you got to ask yourself, is Al Haymon, was he really looking for the money? If the money found Terence Crawford like that, was he really looking for the money, or people just don't want to work with Al Haymon? And then the third question, did they reach out to Errol Spence first? They probably did reach out to Errol Spence. Anybody that you got to call Al, probably did. And people say, well, Errol Spence ain't scared to fight Terence Crawford, and that may be true. And that probably is true. But guess what? When you sign with Al Haymon, nigga, you sign your life away. You sign your right. You didn't sign rights to have immunity to this shit. You know what I'm saying? You didn't sign rights to have immunity. When you signed up, the backlash and the criticism came with it. You can say Al Haymon, your bulletproof vest, but bullets still break ribs. Bullets with a bulletproof vest still do damage and still kill people. So when you signed up with Al Haymon and he supposed to be like your damn body armor on fucking Warzone and all that, it still don't stop you for criticism. You knew what you signed up for, and if you didn't know what you were signed up for, next time I bet you'll read it what you signed up for. You have no control of your career, your creative ideas. You have no control, no ownership on it unless Al Haymon write off on it. You have no guarantee in which you have to fight this many times. But they do have contract guarantees where if they get undisputed, they get a lot of money. And I also heard that he got like a $10 million snipe in his contract. If you become undisputed, Al Haymon got to pay him just like Jermell Charlo. And he ain't trying to pay that money. So on top of Errol Spence, let's say whatever he was making, $20 million, if he get undisputed and beat Terence Crawford, the nigga get $30 million check. And that's before pay-per-view was sold. You know what I'm saying? They pay-per-view break 150, then he started clocking figures. So man, they walk away with $50 million fucking to fighting Terence Crawford. If he win, they walk away 50 fuck about fight almost what be honestly, what about 35, $40 million? Especially if it's still, he might walk away with half $100 million. And what they saying about their stipends and their contract once they get undisputed. So you get additional 10. Let's say he was getting 20, you get additional 10, they get us $30 million right there. Come on. Big G, salute. What's going on? Kobe, salute. It's me, salute. He said, Kane, I've been waiting on you to cook, man. Salute. And I don't know what everybody else saying, so I can't really speak on only what people saying on Twitter. And they doing damage control, and that's fine. You knew they was gonna do that. When the nigga lied, well, tell me where he lied before that. Show me consistently where he lied at. Then we can get off to where he lying at. You provoke the dude and get mad when he defend himself. You can tell he's not even comfortable on camera, bro. You provoke the man to get mad when he defend himself. Like you smack a nigga, get mad when he smack you back. Like he was the one that threw the first, that cast the first to smack. Barber, salute. Like he was the one that cast the first smack. It don't fucking work like that, bro. It don't. We can just go through the track record of stuff. He told the nigga get a belt like he was a boss. The man got a belt. Then it was, I'm going to take the easy route. I'm going to go knock out Sean Porter. On the way to that, the nigga fought Mikey Garcia. Understand that. That was a money fight. On the way to that, I think he ended up getting Sean Porter. It wasn't easy. He did knock out Sean Porter. He told Sean Porter that I never wanted to knock out Mikey. I want to show my boxing skills. Nigga sound foo-foo. Who want to go 12 rounds? Who want to give their fans your first pay-per-view 12 rounds? Maybe if that nigga went out there and did what he supposed to do versus Mikey Garcia, the nigga be bigger than what he is now. The nigga just lie so much, nigga. Like, then get in there with Sean Porter, whatever, right? And, great fight, by the way. I went to the movies and seen it. Great fight. I wouldn't mind paying $80 for that type of fight. It was a great fight. Then between all that, he gets to criticizing how Bob Arum is treating Terence Crawford. Remember he was in like the casino hallway, blasting him for your being his promoter and shit and talking shit about it. And, it's before Crawford got released, whatever. Then Terence Crawford, he does the interview with Bill Bellamy the other week. He says that he told Sean Porter that he didn't want to fight Sean Porter. Now, if you rewind from that point to the Sean Porter fight, if you look at the blood, sweat, tears, Kenny Porter said it through the build-up. He said that Terence Crawford did not want to fight Sean Porter. Fast forward to the Bill Bellamy interview. He said, I didn't want to fight Sean Porter. He said, I told Sean Porter I felt that they was using him to gauge him for Errol Spence, right? This is what he said, right? And he said Sean Porter insisted that wasn't the case. Remember, Sean Porter said, I told him if I ain't fighting Terence Crawford, I ain't fighting no more. So then again, they made the numbers work. He got his money. Terence got his money. He got stopped, right? And there's a lot of other bullshit that happened in between before that, right? We're just going through the main stuff, some of the main stuff. So he got stopped, and Errol Spence runs out the arena. He runs out the fucking arena, bro. The man literally runs out the arena. Crawford turns about to let him in the ring, and the nigga gone. If I ain't knew nothing, I'm a ball. I'm counting all day like the clock on the wall. And go and get your money, little duffel bad boy. What'd he say? And I ain't never ran from a nigga. And today ain't be the day I started running. And I ain't never ran. The nigga hit the race, my nigga. And then they spent that shit. Come on, they spent that shit. Kenny was colluding to Boogaloogan Luca, that is French for, oh man, he should have threw the towel in and it was fake. And then Derrick James get in there and said, well, Errol Spence, he ran out the arena. They was like, Derrick, what happened? He hung there fight. Oh, he out here. He ain't day something for you. And, we told him get out of here. We take the nigga until I don't know. You know, they want to hire me for War Boy 2. You know, I can do that. I can do it. You know, nigga, man, we talking get out of here. You know, and then when Derek James started talking like, when he started talking all spicy and shit, shout out to Ricky E. 245 Salute. He started talking real spicy and all that shit when he was saying like, you know, they was signing the gloves on Viegas, Marcos Viegas channel, Fight Hub TV. Shout out to Marcos. And he was saying, well, Terence Crawford got Terence Crawford, you know, and when the trainer started talking like that shit, like Derek James, it ain't like he a daddy trainer. Like Derek James is a great trainer. You know, don't can't take shit away from Derek James. I gave him trainer of the year on my channel 1 year. He's a great trainer. When you got a great trainer like Derek James start talking like a company man, like Jerry Rice doing the Popeyes commercial and shit, you ain't gonna get big. I mean, it was big, you know, get some red beans and rice and cook with turkey and taking your L got midway shit. We start getting a nigga talking about you need numbers up and all that shit, man. I nigga Derek game. Then he's about to fire on Marcos Viegas. The nigga had to cut one of the interviews when he was fighting Ugas. He about to fire on the nigga. Y'all remember after he was in the video about to fire on the nigga, he had to redo the interview and shit. So, I mean, you gotta remember the dude who asked him about Terence Crawford at the Ugas opening press. We see. His energy has all been whack. You could go back and say, well, Bud said that he don't need to fight. Nigga, he don't need to fight to be a Hall of Famer. He don't need to fight to stay alive. When you talking about need something, nigga, like, nigga, I need to drink water to be alive. I need to take a shit to keep my son to be alive. I need to pay my rent to have a roof over my head. I don't need these Nike boots. I don't need Balenciagas. I don't need, you know, designer fucking clothes. I don't need that. I don't need it. That's what you're talking about, the true definition of need. I don't need it. Barbara said, PBC roadblocked this fight from day one, but everyone blamed Crawford. They always gonna blame him because he never spoke to the media. And had he spoke to the media and they made money off his name, he gave access, nigga, and niggas would be riding with him. Al Haymon is full of shit. I've been telling y'all that. You can look, the proof's in the pudding. I don't have nothing I have to say about it. And then the dude, Lefty from Chicken Talk, shout out to Chicken Talk, he says that it was no issue with Al Haymon making McGregor, Floyd Mayweather, Canelo, Pacquiao, Pacquiao, Floyd, Canelo Plant. You know, it was no issue making Floyd and Pacquiao. Like, nigga, where was you at? Where was you when Big Meech brought the Tigers in? Where was you at? Like, nigga, it took in 2007, that fight should have happened at the earliest. It didn't happen to what? 2000? What? I always forget when this fight happened. When did the fight actually happen? Come on, it wasn't no. They didn't have no issues making it. I looked at that tweet. I say, nigga, did you read that before you wrote that? Did you read that before you? It was no problem making Floyd and Pacquiao. Need that shit he was smoking. 2015. It took like 8 years to make that fight. It wasn't no problem making Floyd and Pacquiao. Man, I must be in the wrong Spider-Verse. I must be in the wrong fucking Spider-Verse. Y'all forgot Canelo and Caleb Plant had roadblocks too. When Canelo pulled out the 3-fight deal, remember they was talking about Caleb Plant moving on. Then remember there was another roadblock where he about to pull out when it wasn't guaranteed. His purse wasn't the same if Caleb Plant got injured or sick. When Darrell jumped in, they said, we got the same person. If Caleb Plant get injured or sick, you can fight Darrell in the same day. Then it was an issue that Caleb Plant won his $10 million. And I'm just sitting here like, bro, what the fuck is you talking about? Like, come on, baby, come on, baby, come on, baby, come on. I'll be sticking needles in your hand like a fucking nurse. I'll attack any nigga with this Mac Snake. I was ODB. I was thinking like, bro, like, come on, man. So I'm just thinking like, bro, like, Like, bro, so much shit you can go on, just so much backtracking. The nigga get a bell, he on the wrong side of the street. He did this. Remember when Errol Spence was going around saying, "I'm gonna ride my horses after the Danny Garcia fight and shit," and I ain't thinking about Terence Crawford. I'm gonna go ride my horses. You know what I'm saying? Ride my horses till I can't ride no more and shit, right? You know, then they were saying, yeah, mine, I don't want to see the fight, CC, mine. I don't need to see Errol in there with Terence Crawford, mine. It's time for Errol to move on, mine. Yeah, mine. It's time for Errol. She like, yeah, it's time for him to move on and shit. I was in prison one time and the bitch took my tampon and shit. I had to fight that. You be like, bruh. And it's all confusion. It's all smoke and mirrors, nigga, because they don't know shit, bro. They can't even connect the dots, nigga. You give them a little Applebee's, little shit for the kids to connect the dots to make the little star. They whole asses couldn't make the star. They can't comprehend basic shit. All of it is pimpology, nigga. That's all it is. They taking the same principles that's in the church that was given to the slaves to corrupt y'all mind, bro. I already know what it is, bro. Smee say, Al likes first in the month rent due. If you ain't got it, you ain't got it. Gotta worry about catching a dog. Gotta worry about a dog catching your ass. Like I said before, you look at them, they'll have a whole fight day for the rest of this year on Showtime. Come on. So, I mean, there's so much evidence that what does the nigga got to lie about? Because if he didn't want to fight Terence Crawford, all you do is say, boy, Bob Arum got to be involved. And if Bob Arum can't be involved and promote me, then we ain't got no fight. He could have hid behind Bob Arum. Could have fought Al Region, maybe not got $10 million, but and got the same thing. Come on. Could have fought Al Region. Still. Since more info comes out, it seems like Al Haymon by himself is I've been telling you, I mean, take Terence Crawford out the equation. Take Demetrius Andrade out the equation. Who else we got out there? Take Anthony Joshua out the equation. I want to think of one more. Take Ryan Garcia out the equation. Take Crawford out the equation. I said that already. So and also her Fulton and Neri fight next. So in Rosbizio Ramirez, before I forget, is fighting Isaac Dogbay for the vacant WBO left by Manuel Nervete, if I forget to say that. So I'm hearing that possibly Fulton is fighting Neri next. Don't shoot the messenger. Just hearing that. So but yeah, you take away those guys, you say, well, what's the biggest and best and most successful PB Tyson Fury 2? What's the biggest and most successful PBC pay-per-views they done did? I mean, fights they done did on their side of the street. I'll wait. And the majority of them got fucking Jared Hurd in there. Think about that for a minute. The majority of them got Jared Hurd being involved in it. So think about all the fights that you want to see on PBC. Start typing them from when it started, 15, 16 to now. Tell me all the fights that you wanted, just with PBC fighters that you wanted to see. That didn't happen. Errol Spence a duck. And Errol Spence is on, I would say this, Spence is a duck because of Al Haymon. Simple as that. Probably why. Can't even blame the networks for the or fires, just Al. I mean, just tell me what fights. Shout out to Techno Chatter. Salute. Just tell me. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you need. Come on, tell me. Tell me the fights that you wanted to see. Matter of fact, forget that. Tell me the biggest. It's your boy Rick Ross. Tell me the biggest fight they had over there. Tell me. I mean, shit, you can go back to HBO. Fuck PBC. Go back to HBO. The biggest fights that enter Golden Boy with Al Haymon fighters, PBC, tell me. Tell me. It got to be Victor Ortiz Berto one. It's got to be Jared Hurd Law, Jared Hurd Trout. Errol Sean Porter Keith. And you got to remember, too, with Keith, And Sean Porter was a world champion and was ducking Keith and didn't want to get Keith a shot. Remember that? And you got to remember, Sean and Keith wasn't for a world title. It was for the Reggie belt. It was for the Reggie belt. He said facts they gloss over with AB, everything AB said. And Floyd said. The Floyd said, the fight not happening right now. It may happen down the line. He said that. Floyd said it. What else? Come on. Floyd said it. They don't act like Floyd, he hating on Earl because Earl got World War. Come on. When year after year, he then kept it, the realest at PBC, of course. And every time he got to come back and apologize. Shout out to Kenny Scooby, salute. He said, man, I just grilled this burger. I know it's about to kick in soon. Salute, chat. Let's be real. They need to call the feds on Al. He moved like his accounting boots are cooked. Call DOJ, Department of Justice, Slot, Tennessee. Salute. Thanks for telling the truth. Appreciate it. And then appreciate you. Then I'm glad he said that. Then he said that Daniel Kinahan, they used Kinahan and said that Kinahan said he worked with Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford said, I never met the man. I never did business with the man. So there you have it. That's what he said. He did not met the man, never did business with the man. Come on. Really just move like ninjas. Come on. Layoff looms as Paramount preps for consolidation of Showtime networks and Paramount Plus. Is it just the I don't have time to read it. Is it just the apps, or are they merging the whole companies? That'd be interesting. Al Haymon has a shady history, music, real estate. I think he's engaged in some sort of financial crime. How do I get Al audited? Man, he's gonna end up missing for that happening. He said the Haymon mystique starting to crumble. The non-disclosure he puts on fighters are not holding up. Of course, they can't say nothing publicly. But they telling Terence Crawford, like, yo, watch out for this, that, and the third. And somebody probably put Floyd Schofield on game. It's probably. He said, but these dudes don't clearly think or understand and read. They signed Zesty Al, their intellectual property. Do y'all really understand what that means? How heavy that is? Very heavy. And then you got the niggas from Philly that's mad because Jerron Ennis ain't getting the shot. The nigga ain't gonna have to wait like everybody else. I like Jerron Ennis, love his game, think he the truth. He gonna have to wait like everybody else had to wait. How Floyd made Keith Thurman wait. How Floyd didn't get Laura's chance. What's so funny is when that nigga get in position, they gonna be saying the same shit that Errol Spence saying, the same shit Terence Crawford saying. Like they act like they never watched boxing before. Keith Thurman was in that position. Before Keith Thurman, Timothy Bradley was in that position. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can go on and on of guys who had to wait for their turn. And some guys back in the day, it never came. Marvin Hagler had to wait 40-something fights and got fucking robbed. Had to wait a few more and came back and got his title. People understand that, dog. It's some guys who never got their shot, bruh, who had to wait. He got to wait. It's dog, you holding it up to that nigga, and when he get the belt, then nobody gonna want the belt that he picked. Oh, the IBF, no, I'm good on that. Did the same shit to Errol Spence. That's life. That's boxing. That's boxing. That's boxing. He ain't even been in a competitive fight, and I guarantee you there's a competitive fight out there for him inside the top 10. Trust me. If somebody's going to take Jerron in his rounds. Somebody. He'd be better for it. Said the PBC papers are outrageous. You got their cash cow, Earl Stick, Fire Stick, and fights. I ain't mad at it, though. TJ, well, shout out to Northside, Solid Child. I changed my name. Shout out to Solid Child. Shout out to Northside and Omaha. He said, brother, dropping them. Jewel, shout out to D Young. That's my whole thing about it. Like, dog, even without the inside information, just connect the dots. I mean, what's the fight that he put on? Come on. Gary Russell, Leo Santa Cruz didn't happen. Gary Russell, Tank didn't happen. Who else you got out there? Jamel Charlo didn't get Canelo when they was all over on Golden Boy. Jamel Charlo didn't get Jared Hurd. Jamal Charlo Don't want to fight Adesanya Lara. Neither the Charlos fought Adesanya Lara. Talking about how their kids play together and all that horse shit. Caleb Plant, David Benavidez, Charlo, David Benavidez. He got to the point where the little Charlo said that he'll fight David Benavidez if he lose a little weight. They can make the fight happen. So you can go on and on and on and on. Deontay Wilder, Charles Martin for unification. Wilder still ain't unified. They ain't got a title right now. Come on, them just the ones I can think of off the top of my brain. He said them that said everybody speaking for Bud, he need to speak. Then he speak, then he lying. Now they justify Errol Spence fight Keith Thurman when he would never, just can't win. Can't, because they're not real fans. Those are Errol sexuals who continue to move the barometer. Escaping Calhoun, bro. I heard Secure was I ain't getting into that. But shout out to you. I ain't none of my business where grown man is at. Haymon scared he won't make his money back, so wants Bud to fight for back. And my thing is this: if somebody put the fucking money up and say he go to money, what you losing? They're gonna pay you to get the hell out the way. So they gave you the money. It's not the excuse. He wants to cash out. He wants to cash in or cash out Errol Spence versus Canelo Alvarez. That's the end game. That's the end game. Spence ran out like he saw somebody owe him. My nigga Ellie Sackback hit the race on his ass. He said, go, boom. My nigga Ellie Sackback caught that hole. He like, you going the wrong way, Earl. Car service is that way. Oh, yeah, Mick. Cut me, Mick. Doggo Derrick James' impression is out cold. I'm just like, that nigga be talking like he got a whole potato in that nigga mouth, man. Motherfucker talking about Bomac and losing weight. Nigga, you ain't even got no speech. At least Bomac can spit. You know, I ain't getting into nobody. He said, yup. Then claimed he wasn't mad. He was heated at Marco. That nigga about to file on that nigga, dog. I already know, bro. That nigga about to file on that nigga. So I think it's one of Warren Buffett's hedge fund for 25. Well, one of them was, according to Fred, one of them was Black BLK Prime. Johnny Player, salute. Support the channel, $ CJ Good 313. Yeah, according to that's what I heard somebody sent me a Fred said one of them was BLK Prime. He said people are still coming up with it. Of course, man, it's Reggie J. It is it's lucrative to fit their narrative. Some niggas just can't take an L, bro. You can just tell niggas they went through shit in life. Spence a damn duck. And it's probably more likely Al Haymon than Spence. I think Spence pride had been touched enough, and he watched this shit. Don't know why, but he watched this shit. And I think his pride been touched up. You know, hold on. You know, I forgot what I was saying. Somebody sent me something. I think somebody sent to the wrong person. But yeah, he got no choice but to do what Al Haymon tell him to do. 25, 80, 20, and back end sheets. I mean, so I didn't get a guarantee. They wouldn't even guarantee it. They said he wasn't guaranteed. They wasn't guaranteed. He said nobody would have took that deal. He said I would. He said I was willing to do it because I know I can beat him. He said I know I can beat him. He said nobody would have took that deal. He said I took it because I know I can beat him. All we asked for a little transparency. Come on. Jay Hardaway, salute. Hardaway, trying to get the Hardaway. Bud got money behind him. And it is what it is, man. Shit. You know, I already knew nobody want to go straight through Al Haymon because he full of shit. DM Job was good in the chat. Salute. I mean, that nigga, man. Nigga running off of niggas' money and shit. I just want to know what big fights did he make for y'all to say this nigga's whole thing is a tune-up. Then Gal goes no fight in boxing history, and then Al goes no fight in boxing history has been negotiated with just fighters and their lawyer. That's an effing lie. Sugar Ray Leonard and Roy Jones did it that way, and I'm pretty sure Hagler too. Yeah, Bob Arum said Hagler, they never had a long-term deal with Hagler. They just did fight-by-fight basis. So ain't no fighter ever sat down and made no fight with their lawyer. Man, yeah, okay, whatever. Bernard Hopkins and George Foreman are the only two fighters to ever win Manager of the Year. Think about that. So they never sat down to the table and negotiated. But you know why? I'm glad you brought that up. You want to know why they never sat down to the table and negotiate? Because they stealing money from y'all niggas. They taking the money. If it's a whole pie there, by the time they talk to the fighters, half the pie already gone. And they telling you a half a pie is a whole pie. It's like Little Caesars telling you it's a large piece of $5, and in fact, it's a medium piece of $5. It got 8 slices. These fighters need to start following Bud, Roy Jones' lead, man. 50 Cent warned Floyd Mayweather in boxing about Al Haymon. He said Al Haymon, I did a video on it. He said Al Haymon didn't even have Floyd set up with a business manager and an accountant to account his money. What'd that tell you? What'd that tell you? He said Floyd did not have an accountant or business manager in place. And Floyd, down for sure, he told 50, yeah, let's do this, man. And Al got wind of it. He already knew 50 is shrewd and smart business nigga. He knew that 50 was exposed, and they exposed that shit to Floyd. And Floyd just was like, nah, man, because Al probably got some dirt on him. Anytime a nigga pay you out, you ain't no boss. And you ain't the richest person in the deal. People say, well, you know, Espinosa's the fighters get 90%. How can I pay you more than what I'm getting? That makes no sense. Never in the history of successful business has somebody did that before. If you make $20 an hour, you really probably is worth $30 an hour, $35 an hour to the company. But first name basis with Warren Buffett, say less. So and it's funny how they said we got 50, and that's what they was asking for. So PBC fires are paying Haymon a fee just to advise them to fight on his company. Bro, it's probably just not a fee neither, bro. He got all the power. Bush to tell them jokers 50-50. Now we know Errol ain't trying to fight Booster. He gonna move up. They already throwing out Tony Harrison there. Support the channel, Venmo, CJ Good 313. When Spence gonna respond? He responded quick the other day. He gonna respond out the blue. Not tag the nigga, not say nothing. That nigga just gonna pop his head out like a groundhog and just say some shit. Nigga a real hoe. Honestly, dude. How he really move? He already got the Black Prime thing out. I don't know if I can share it though. It's on his Twitter page. So they got the promo already out. He tagged Errol Spence whole ass. I had a nigga that my dorm right across the street from me. He said, oh, you niggas in the club, you from the ski. You your ass whoop. He said, I want to see y'all nigga get down, come down here, get your ass whoop. I'm like, nigga, that ain't happening over this way. I had a rule when we at the dorms. I told my roommate, I said, man, ain't nobody getting their ass whooped in this room. He got into a fight with my homies. These are all cool. They started fighting. I pushed them niggas right outside the dorm room and shit. There's a shit on video too, dog. I don't know if they deleted that shit. But yeah, them niggas got the scrapping and I pushed them niggas right outside the door. I said, you ain't getting no ass whooped up in here. Get your ass whooped outside. You know what I'm saying? Get your ass whooped outside this room. You ain't gonna get whooped on in here, dude. That's a law. Might come in here whooping nobody ass. Y'all niggas get up outside. Said Jared Hurd carried PBC on his back at one point. Local dummy boxing community crapped on him for Charlo, a guy who don't respect them at all. He said, I slapped Blue in his mouth. Unsubscribe from him. He sucks his garbage. Haymon ain't never put 50-50 fight on pay-per-view. They never put a 50-50 fight on a 50-50 fight that we wanted to see. All his 50-50 fights on the undercard. Niggas from off the boat. Anthony salute. Juice Lee salute. That nigga ain't putting no 50-50 up, bro. Shout out to Anthony in the cash. I appreciate you, bro. Nigga ain't putting no 50-50 up. Shit, 50-50 fight. That nigga putting bombs. Nigga tagged Errol Spence whole ass. He tagged him. Tag team back again. Shaking, breaking, let's begin party. Yo, man, he tagged that hoe. He tagged him. Errol get to run in his mouth and won't tag him and shit. Come on, man. He on audio. I'm gonna get off my back, man. I'm gonna fight him and get off my back. Yeah. Nigga won't even tag the man, but tag Keyshawn Davis though. But tag the fucking prospect. But won't even tag Bud, bro. That's hilarious. It is hilarious, dude. Now we know why Big Charlo could name the names of hot boxing. He know what he would he won't don't matter at all. They tell you we don't pick the fights. They tell you, Charlo tell you, we don't pick that shit. I like first in the morning do okay. I read through the thing. Yeah, we're getting duplicates up in the joint. Hold up, wait a minute. Oh, Kofi, salute. Shout out to Kofi. Peace to everyone in the chat. Y'all subscribe to Puffy Universe. Latest and greatest in hip hop news. He smashed the like button and sub to yeah, so hit the link tree. Yeah, he said, Lil DVC, he says Bud lying about not knowing Kinahan. They said if Al says he worked with him, that's by cool. If that's the truth, I mean, shit, you know, if he did work with him, why would you be, you know, why would you put, you know, why would you say you worked with him on camera? He going down. Fuck out of here. Josh Taylor, they say he can't even leave the UK. So, you know, even if I did work with the nigga, I wouldn't say I work with the nigga. Why would I put myself in the middle of a federal investigation on live camera? I know y'all generation like to get on the camera. I got Draco about to go shoot Poop Rock right now. I'm about to go shoot Poop Rock right now. Hell no. If I was involved with him, you think I'm going to say, yeah, you know, I was involved with him? Hell no. Because Mauricio Suleiman, WC, they got a slap on the wrist. Bob Graham got a slap on the wrist. But Josh Taylor can't lead the UK. Ben his ex-trainer, the one that trained with Devin Haney, he can't lead. Ben Davis can't lead neither. Bubs on give Spence 25 million 80-20. Oh, you talking on the back end? That's what the people said. That's what he said. The people said. Boost ain't getting a shot at Bud Spence until they have a loss on their record. Man, them niggas probably still. Rigo Leo didn't happen. Well, Bob Arum stopped. Al Haymon stopped that one. Y'all forgot. Al Haymon stopped that one, bro. Remember, Al Haymon stopped that. He stopped that shit. Remember when Leo Santa Cruz contract in the lawsuit went back to Oscar De La Hoya? Y'all remember that when it went back to Oscar De La Hoya? Yeah, when it went back to Oscar De La Hoya and Oscar was proceeding to make Rigondeaux with Leo Santa Cruz, and Al Haymon came back and bought the contract. Matter of fact, I do you one better. You know, remember when Adonis Stevenson and Kovalev was about to get signed and delivered on HBO for the unification bout? And Al Haymon came and stopped the fight and took Adonis Stevenson to Showtime. Then people turn around and say, well, Kovalev decked the second. Man, hell no. Y'all got a fight done. You at the 1 yard line, about to punch it in. And Al Haymon come take Adonis Stevenson, break up the negotiations, and take him to Showtime. Come on. Haymon wouldn't make Tank versus Gary Russell. He had Floyd Mayweather calling Gary Russell talking about stop picking on Tank Davis. You picking on Tank. Stop picking on Tank. Stop picking on Tank. Bo make particular better than money. He do. Yo, Spence, man, Terence Crawford, man, fuck you up, man. I don't want to do it. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to do Italian, you know, in days to Italian, you gonna fight keep coming. Glazer said Leonard Hagler was made on the phone. Roy Jones and Kawasaki agreed to split via text. Fighters need to drop the promoters. Of course they do. The promoters is stealing the money. His man's running fat out the fat. Shout out to Walk EA. Shout out to Walk. Postman, PPC robbed them with the 1 and 3 million. Man, anytime a nigga pay you out, bro, come on now. Think about your the taxes. They said you get $4,000 back in taxes. Man, you probably really supposed to got 8, 9, 10,000 back, bro. Ain't nobody out here moving in good faith. Trust me. Not in the world of capitalists. You think they have to lay them 150 people off from a factory? They don't really have to. They're doing what's best for them. You know. Big digger salute. That sound hella crowd. Wow, pause. Skate guy, what's good? I heard secure. Okay, I went through. I just showing the same tweets and the same shit. So I'm sorry, we got duplicates today. So I mean, but you know, it is what it is. You know, you wanted him to speak, he spoke. What else y'all want? He spoke. Only words they know is back end, big fish, duck, low key, Pokemon. Man, they went from the truth to free smoke to big fish. That's all you need to know right there. He don't even believe in he a big fish no more. He don't even believe he the truth no more. He don't even want all the free smoke. He wants some of the smoke. So he changed his name. I ain't mad at it. Do what you do, pimping. Flame on 24. And he can spin the narrative however you want to spin it because he get his information from Al. And whatever Terence Crawford called him directly telling him. So he not getting a direct truth. If they all sat down together, the truth would be it wouldn't be no whoop, whoop, whoop. They all sat down together, did a Zoom call, everything was laid on the table. Al got shit to hide. It is what it is. It's like about what Bud what Bud did was he made all the people acting like Bud had nowhere to go to take whatever. He went and got more money from Haymon than Haymon wanted to give him. I mean, you gotta respect that. Oh, he was for a reason. Who's this? Who's that? That man in my pocket say $10 million, nigga. Shit. Everybody got an opinion, but ain't nobody want to get in the ring with him. He go in there and beat the shit out of Jerron Boots Ennis. What you get? Nothing. Errol Spence go beat Jerron Boots Ennis. What he get? Nothing. Come on, that'd be killing me. Oh, Boots. What I get for fucking him up? I was a nigga that ended his career before it started. Nothing. These Errol, he don't have no buzz. None. And if he really was that nigga coming out there amateurs, dude, he wouldn't be with Cameron Duncan. I don't care how much his daddy trusted his ass. That nigga have for his skill set, that motherfucker should have one of the best contracts in boxing. He should have like a Shakur Stevenson type of deal, if not better. So I don't know. Well, they talent is slipping. As good as that kid is, that motherfucker should have been fast tracked to a belt. He that good, you know. And I wouldn't be surprised he whooped either one of them ass neither, to be honest. Great fighter already, you know, young great fighter already. But we'll see if it's true. I hear the sparring stories and all that shit, you know. Hell of a fighter, bro. Won't be surprised. But he got to sit there and wait like everybody else. You know? These Erosexuals say anything to cover up the fact that men is a straight punani. Derrick James sound like dirt from hit him with the chair, hit him with the chair. He ain't done. Remember what he say? The other nigga said, we ain't done, we ain't done, dude, we ain't done. She was funny as hell. Salute Fotex. We ain't did, we done done, we done did and got, we done got. PBC had no problem making Ugas Porter Garcia fight for Spence, but Crawford so many hurdles, of course. They saved him for Canelo. And you see the tweet I tagged you in about Al Haymon and Ali Act? Yeah, I seen that. Everybody know that nigga scurvy. That ain't no news. New shoes. I smell new shoes, nigga. Oh, hell no, granddad. You got whooped on by a blind man. I know you ain't see that ass whooping coming. Earl, new name, all is warm, man. Warm it up, Earl. I'm about to warm it up, Earl. That's what I was born to do. Warm it up, Earl. I'm about to warm it up, Earl. That's what I was born to do. Oh, man. PVC jokers used to get their money on the back end with no Vaseline. Nigga, Al Haymon hold y'all money and pay it out straight without the interest. It don't make no sense to make a big fight. The networks is fronting the main event bill anyway. Charlo Hurd, Russell Cruz, Tank Farmer, Plant, Benavidez, etc. Yep, especially when they gonna give you around the same money regardless. You see, I'm not talking about that. Not talking about that. Not talking about that. You know, I had nothing to do with what we talking about today. You know, that's what he want to be. That's where he want to be. I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad at him. Shit, be what you want to be on. Shit good happening after 12 for real, bro, out in public. That's the honest truth. Ain't shit good happening, in public after 12. I mean, at all. Be my ass in the house, dude. And that's just what it is, dog. That's the world we live in. You should be able to go and do what you want to do as a grown ass person, but you can't be putting yourself in situations like that. And that's the truth. And that's the truth. That's how I'm at with. I'm at with it. I ain't gonna put myself in those situations no more. If I gotta be somewhere where I need a pistol on me, I just don't need to be there. Honestly, if I'm driving a car and I know the Kia boys, they stealing cars or they carjacking, why would I need a brand new car for? They make them all shitty. Make them like they used to make them no way. For what? Why do I need to put a big ass chain around my neck? I don't need the attention. I don't want the attention. Niggas riding around with tint on their front windows and shit, this dark ass tint, and giving the police a reason to fuck with you. I mean, self-inflicted room, riding around smoking weed and shit. A lot of wounds, man. I gotta agree with Scarface on the Gallo Boys Reloaded. A lot of room, a lot of wounds are self-inflicted by black people. If I'm gonna go to the club, bro, I'm gonna go to the club. Say open at 8. I'm gonna get there about 10:30, 11. Grab a couple chicks. You got business to handle. I'll be out that bitch by 12:31 ish. Yeah, that's what you got. If you gotta do something like that. If you gotta do something like that, fuck am I hanging around for? After a while, man, after you get to a certain age, bro, you ain't like really. Y'all got any questions, I'll answer them. After you get to a certain age, dude, you know better, bro. You done had too many near experiences. You done seen too many niggas get into it at the club, everybody walking out at once. You know what I'm saying? You grew up in the neighborhood, you know when a nigga on some shit, you know they looking to rob, you know when somebody looking to set you up, you know all that shit. So I even be put in those positions. If I'm gonna be out that late, it ain't gonna be nowhere near where the crowd is. Anything for under 40% of black people being there, anything over 40% of black people being there, I don't want to be there. I don't want to be there at that late. After 12, anything 40% there, nah. You know what I'm saying? Anything 40 and under, yeah, bars. You know what I'm saying? Bars, stuff like that. Movie theaters, nice, safe location. And you got to worry about drinking and driving. You ain't got enough money for a Lyft or Uber or a hotel room. Shit, you don't need to be out anyway. You need to be getting money. That's how I look at it. Or you ain't got a designated driver. That's how I look at it. So I ain't trying to be. And like I said, when I was younger, the safest clubs growing up was the neighborhood clubs. They really got a lot. I knew everybody in there. You know what I'm saying? It's like Cheers. Everybody, same shit. You get a couple of people that come from different neighborhoods and shit, but it's culture. But then I don't fuck with that no more neither. Don't need to. My money is a lot longer. My money is a lot longer now where, I can go out there and get a hotel. Shit, Mason. What's that, Mason? Got his bow tie on and shit. He's selling bean pies around the beach. Oh, okay. Let's ask Mason. What you think about the Crawford shit? He was there this morning listening to it. Tell me. He said that he don't even care no more, bro. That's what he said. He said he don't care. He said he like both of them. Well, my bad, bro. My bad. See, he don't care. He said he picked Spence to win, though. At one point, he said he's rolling with Spence. He said he likes Spence. What you think about Spence Keith Thurman? He said Spence. He said Spence unanimous decision. So you heard him. Nigga Spence fan should just toss his ass. Like, no, I'm joking. He fall on his feet though. He's like a cat. He walked the window ledges too. Shapiro said, well, hey, life gonna be the greatest teacher. I'm telling you. You know, happy birthday, young Poe. Yeah, he in there. Shout out Miles. Appreciate the post grad update. He in there. He stuck babysitting Minnie right now in the kitchen. Somebody said AB was able to escape PBC shit because if Al went after him legally, he'd force him to open up the books to discover court, and that's very discovery in court. That's very interesting. And man, I don't know. I ain't heard that one, but hey, you just let him walk magically. Javier, please say more. Errol wasn't in negotiating, but Al Haymon was definitely relaying the feedback to Spence. Yo, he asked a lot of questions, leaked the call. Mason said stop live. 250 on one time. Man, you probably trolling, nigga. You probably trolling. Mason said he got 250. He said happy later birthday to Miles. Yeah, thanks. He in there. Still got his birthday bandana. I'm taking that shit off today. But other than that, man, that's all I got. If I ain't got no questions, give me what you got for what poke chop. You got it. I mean, shout out to Chinky though. Y'all be hating on Chinky. I seen somebody put him on a 50 worst rapper list. And I'm just thinking like, damn near every rapper in this era trash. Every rapper trash. So you know, before you get to talk about niggas like Chinky and shit, trash. It's about 50 trash niggas out there. I was listening to that NBA YoungBoy song. My daughter put it on when he was dissing everybody, dude. Like his engineer, trash. You couldn't even hear what he was saying, nigga. The beat was louder than him. Go invest into an engineer. I'm listening to this shit like, man, he's the beat louder than him. Go get you an engineer. Everybody worry about where the money coming from. Right, like they getting some of the money. I got 1K Spence not fighting December KO via Henny bottle. We gonna wait and see. You watching? So yeah, I'm watching. I did a prediction on it too. Go check it out. If they trash, how you gonna review their album? So I mean, I can't review it. I could just be like Joe Budden, be negative on all that shit until I hear something I listen. Like you act like I can't listen to it. Zerto by Destruction, man. What you want to bet? What you want to bet on that one? Come on, what you want to bet on that one? We could do a live bet right then and there. We go live when you losing your money so niggas see our reaction. If it was in Southern California, I wouldn't even touch it. If it was in SoCal, I wouldn't even touch that fight, bro. Beaver about to shock some niggas on Saturday. He closer to Russia than they closer to Southern California. So, yep. Flame on trolling, bro. Other than that, man, I'm out, man. He trolling, dude. He ain't that nigga out trolling. But support the channel, Cash App, $, CJ Good 313. Appreciate y'all. One time for the one time. Peace. You can listen to this on Amazon Podcast, Amazon Music, Google Podcast, the whole nine. Peace. Hold on. He said something. Hold on. He said, man, really, Beagle better BF is a real fight. Salute to the Russians, laugh my ass out. Okay, let me chill. Zerto resume is more cooked than a crack house. He said, what up, dude, Brian? Hold on. Smeeze. He said, Zerto finna get whooped on from Genesis to Revelation. I'm going off that one. Peace, bro.